Chat, welcome. Lay down the bars, chat. Welcome back to Doki Doki Lit Club, as my dad would call it. We're playing Doki Doki Lit Club. You hear that, Dad? We're playing Doki Doki Lit Club. There we go. The cute game where nothing ever goes wrong, right, Mari?
Sure.
Alright, well, Mari is going to be here with us. I'm very excited for you to see the festival. It's going to be super cute, super hot. And I know you said you enjoy a nice lady. So, we're just going to get right to it. We're just going to jump right into it. Hint, you can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Cool, thank you. Are you ready, Mari?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting in all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Ora. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Chat, is this my theater class? Low-key? Mari, is this you?
Listen.
Guys. No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. Oh, someone called me an anime girl shrimp in the chat. Someone called me an anime girl shrimp in the chat, in the Discord. All right. Wait, hold on. There we go, chat. Just trust me on this game, okay, chat? Just trust me on this game. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. Look at chat sticking up for the brown and lighter brown haired girls over here. Okay. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have much of a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway. Sheesh! Okay, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're gonna practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to find the specific poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is called The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Sup, Helleman, how's it going, good sir? Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The resuscitation of Lucifer. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping you set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes... and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Look at chat. Can we get some clappers in the chat? After all, chat is the first one to start applauding, right? Let's go.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, chat. Can Rissa's mic put a clap in the chat?
I'm working on it.
Let's go, clappers. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. Aurora! I like how you changed your name to all caps. That really gives you some nice flair. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see. Okay then, Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we're applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even chat liked it. Even the chat liked it. Right, chat? Right, chat? Right, chat? I think the chat did like it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It definitely came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours with that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before chat. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let chat lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. She just keeps going after chat. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me. Go ahead, chat. Recite your poem. Everyone has their eyes on you. Go ahead, chat. I'm waiting. Making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. I applaud you, chat.
I applaud you, chat.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Oh Yasumi, close your eyes and you'll leave this dream. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Her words feel like they're bounced up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh, well. Do I at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want off for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. It might be hard. So what if someone redeem End It as soon as you start stream? I think there's something in the description of End It that it can't be used for the first 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure. Unless there isn't, in which case I messed up. But I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? Also, I can also just redeem or like refund and End It if I want to. So, like if I'm really into it and someone redeems End It, I can refund it. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets. I love details. Let's go, Storm Wally. Don't spoil anything. I know what happens, but Mari doesn't. Mari does not know what happens, but I do. So, there we go. I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, Yuri does it. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. Storm Wally, chat is the main character. There we go. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're all putting in this effort for the club. Whips Natsuki in the face with my hair. Makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monika, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, chat. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. They're jealous. They're jealous. They're jealous. They're jealous. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Like, I like how we get to... I mean, Monika's mine. Mari, who is best girl, in your opinion? This is highly debated, but who is best girl?
Oh, I don't remember. Hold on.
You don't remember. Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Ooh, chat. Mari, what do you think? Would we walk home with Yuri or keep going home with Sayori?
Hold on. Which one's Yuri? Hold
Chat,
on.
what are we
Hold
thinking?
on.
Yuri's purple hair lady.
Oh, Yuri. Wait, no.
Yeah, I'll just say it. I'll lie to Sayori. I will lie to Sayori, chat. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, chat. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? What? Oh, Mari! Don't look up anything.
I did it autofill.
look up anything. Don't look up anything else.
Never.
Don't look up anything
I'm not
else.
touching it.
What did you see? Did you just see her with a little bit of blood on her face? Don't look up anything else, Mari. Chat, she spoiled herself. She went and spoiled herself.
On accident.
It's optional, Mari. But you know how she said this club is gonna be the death of me? So, 10 words. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Beauty, contamination, peaceful, unstable. All right, you can pick 10. Papa, graveyard, ocean, hair, melancholy, uncontrollable. Mari's picking the first 10. I'm picking the last 10.
Massacre.
Massacre.
Cage.
Cage.
Disarray.
Disarray.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Hurt. Doki Doki Scars. Sayori like that one. Oh, you get one more. This is the 10th one.
I'm scared.
Anime. Broken. Kawaii. Fluffy. Lust. Sayori like that one. Marriage. Whisper. Sticky. Suicide. Unending. Depression. Secret. Death. Death. Hellman's favorite's Natsuki. Alright, alright. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and not picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember, that club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy.
I got my first piano lesson.
Mari is taking piano lessons. We're living in Amori. We're living in Amori. We're living in Amori. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound like a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Oh yeah, Sumi. Natsuki's poem was called Jump, and I started singing that. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid Game. That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Millions of people got scammed in that crypto. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Yeah, I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. I guess this joke works better in Japanese, huh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. That joke makes no sense in translation. They just broke the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as your series anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk at the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've both been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Chat, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but Have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems kind of a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Chad. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really been like this. She always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. You sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Chat. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Huh? She's been much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Chat. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you. Oh, I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and set myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. Well, there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Hey, you. I look up to see Natsuki next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. Oh, that's right. Something just came out for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez, now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, you can just tell me to leave you alone and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about her or anything. She practically mumbles that last part. No, I'm probably just making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today, but she didn't want to admit that to me, so I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, I thought you wanted to bone her, so calm down. You should really work on your phrasing. I was right, there we go. I meant that as a joke. But anyway, you're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, then in that case, I think you should just trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah, I should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't let it get the wrong idea or anything. Yuri is way hotter. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not! Jeez, if you're fine, let's hurry and get started already. Yeah. Alright. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? No, let's do Sayori. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Hello, Geek MTG. Hello, welcome. Maria's here as well. Probably Yuri. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Sorry, this isn't my game. Trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. You'll see. Just stick around, chat. Thank you, chat. Sayori, is there anything wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. She's gonna be fine. This one's alright. All right. Well, yeah, about as good as yesterday's anyways. I see what you're going for, but it's not really my style. I mean, that's fine. It's mostly just glad you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Is this game money? I believe the version I'm playing is, but the original version might be free. I can't remember. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No, gross. It's not like I care. Baka, it's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? Scaring me away. That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? I'm gonna watch YouTube until you start making out with them. Mark, man. That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just wash my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her arm to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach!
I think that was written for someone in
Mari!
mind. How old are you? Not old enough.
I'm 17. Your mind is full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years, but today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore roaring beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that watches your words away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail. I remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. Oh, damn, this is romantic as hell. I'll be the beach that watches your words away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah, I have bits on alt. Let me get an alt. Oh, poggers. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write about anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later. Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. There's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Let's go to Yuri. Chat, this is wonderful. I can feel the emotion you poured into it. I'm on a wrist, I'll donate 1 bit. And be sure to follow too, because that'd be poggers. But hello, geek. I can feel the emotion that you poured into it. Is this the result of trying what I suggested yesterday? Yeah, I guess so. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to... Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. I really wanted to try and give it more feeling. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy. I'm not used to this.
Mom's
used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me... Oh, TTS?
There is the bit wrister now. You can make MONEYYYYYY.
Why? It just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I only really write for myself. And besides, dude, there's a nice piano solo going on right now. People would just laugh at me. Do you really think that?
Have more.
Pog, do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Thank you. Huh. Even your close friends? For some reason, Yuri doesn't respond. Yuri?
Wrister's getting mad
Wrister
bang.
rich.
Dude, I got 3 cents. I'ma get like 1.5 cents of it. Bank. Yuri smiles sadly. Chat, during lunchtime I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say that I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you would just make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers or problem solvers, people who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? That's depressing as shit.
No,
and
it's
those friends,
honest.
yeah,
You're just
I know.
lonely.
All my friends are books. Push me to the edge. All my friends are books.
I am the
Oh.
bit leader.
God.
Let's go. I am a god.
The bit leader god. And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, chat. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it isn't until now that I started sharing it with you. And that I really understood what was missing all this time. You're honkers. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. Just being
I
patient
got
and
these bits
respectful.
back when you could watch ads for bits.
Dang, dude, I miss those days. I miss those days. And that's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, chat. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like everyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. And that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I like your boobs, personally. I'm sorry.
I mean, I like your boobs too.
Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends, and I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you?
Oh.
If you put it that way, yeah, we really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head. Look at the smile, chat. Protect the smile. But this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Ah, I wish you could still do it. Me too. Beach, a marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chastically meets the surface under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss. But beneath gray, glowing clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at you, your foundations, until you give in? Whoa, this poem's romantic too! Or will a sudden wave send you crashing in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes, Yuri's feet, into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back and I abandon my peace to a road at its shore. Drift forward and I return to the earth forevermore. Oh, well then. M for mature. Is Rister even dreaming about bits? Yes, sir. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyways, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I can agree. Thanks for sharing. Oh, let's go to Monica. Yeah! Hi, chat. Have you thought about what you wanted to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hand. Great job, chat. I was going to ooh in my head while I reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and try learning new things. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth, the lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought, and here I am, a feather, lost adrift in the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. After every day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and the forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. It's creepy. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that's... Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things they can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me or did you say something strange just now? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sarah isn't here. Oh, it seems you're right. Sarah always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went home. I just thought she went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. Well, she actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's all right. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Opportunity arising? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What does she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle all that by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted! And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Suri will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Suri enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere! Yuri's expression. I have atmosphere on a picture in my wall. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. It'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, chat. Geek, who's your favorite girl? Which one? The one who's truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably be a long way to give one of them a hand. You can always help me out as well. I would really appreciate that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with my club members? How on earth are they gonna respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki has to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Chat may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Chat to... What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Because what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Chat to decide how we'd like to contribute. And besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we really just settle this already? Yeah. Chat, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm gonna go with... You didn't even click Sayori! Aren't you concerned?
No.
No, she official. Mari is not concerned about Sayori. Well, I'll probably be the most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you? Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying. So you'll be helping Yuri then, chat. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these kind of things. So I bet your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? It's raining. I mean, yeah.
I just like reached over.
Yeah,
I'm not
Mari
doing anything.
Mari literally reached over, grabbed the mouse, and clicked Yuri. I heard he said it would be fine. Okay. It's okay. Yuri's my favorite too. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So is everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word. More like aroused. But I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, chat? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances Glacier between everyone in the room. I'm so sorry for this. I don't really know why chat picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my teeth. And nothing like that I do with the... I get it. Calm down, bitch. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she's trying to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm gonna say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are gonna be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I'd prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. Hope I'm making myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Chad. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you?
I chose you because you're
I
hot.
don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. I have 2 reasons. You're forgetting the one with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out of the door and Yuri follows. I spent the next 3 days scraping cum off of my walls. I'm sorry. I stole that joke. I stole it. It's not my joke, chat. I can't believe this. Yuri's gonna be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof, even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. In what kind of way? There's no telling what might happen when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But unlike then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an extrovert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the 2 of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anyone on the first floor, so I'm assuming she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Chat. She's wearing a bunny outfit and lingerie. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Chat. Eh? Why can't it just be like how it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But that's just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting pushed for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. I slap it across the room. Gah! What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already, until I know I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Chat. I am a trap. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Chat? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that?
Yes.
Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy into caring and to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. That's why I want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. She's blushing, just like the main character's like totally goes over his head. Like, I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Does she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why are you a depressed bit? Like, he's just like, it's rude. Dude, later in this game, you're going to hate this main character. Like a lot. Like a lot.
The only
Eh?
reason I watched this for
Why is it you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand it all, Chat. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have wasted effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. It's fractured skull. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. My crippling porn addiction. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you to stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Chan. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. I throw her against the wall and she smashes through the window. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Chat. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy you convinced me to join the club. I'm Rambo. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. I'm the Terminator. Lol, if I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. Lol. Well, please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Chat. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Chat. Suri barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But all I want for is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call you selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make those feelings go away. If there's anything you need me to do, you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Giant Suri finally to put her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't want to. Ah, Mamma Mia! I don't understand any of my feelings, such as the only time I'm not feeling and nothing is when I'm feeling pain. Mamma Mia! But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Suri lets me go. As she does so, I fall off of the building she was holding me up on. I let go of her as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? This is what I want. Promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Suri wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, you want me to come along and help us out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Suri shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Suri and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy, but it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I'm about to bone her so hard. I think Suri is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely gonna have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? She's so hot in that outfit, I swear to fucking God. Look at the outfit. Look at the outfit, Mari. Look at the drip.
It was meant to cover her Yes. And scars.
Yeah. Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You could have always texted me. If I'd known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm pretty sure it will be fine. My cum-stained room. I'm taking Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I spent a lot of time with,
Scrapers.
yeah. I cleaned it before you came over, so it's very considerate of you to do. No, I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! It's my dildos! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which is in the process of ordering a desk drawer of mine. My hentai. No, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if she's making herself keep track of them.
Suicide, bitch.
So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. My death, decorations, and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, hanging entrails, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course, I'm very intense. I want to help our guests take it to a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? She gets like a vice grip out and she like puts it around your neck. She's like, is this intense enough for you? That makes me feel relieved. I'm kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah, like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that'd be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that'd be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. They're essential. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Why is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Basil. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Rosemary. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to sprout through a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It's for lust. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions. It's an aphrodisiac, and it helps you flow through your body. You feel warmer, your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that'll be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Iris smiles, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Oh, your bondage. Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to get pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract someone to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. That's so. Well, I suppose I do get a little intense. As you'd put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Her face is also red. Is it just me or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Chad. You can write any characters you want. As a tramp stamp, I'll help you write once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage the bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbons to their desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife.
Nah.
The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, I'm a CSGO Lotto winner. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. It's a combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? I'll buy more. Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. There's already blood on it. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of its finger with my index finger. Point of the finger with my index finger. Ow! Chat! Look at what you did, chat. Look at what you did. Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be so sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper.
How would you know?
I murdered people.
How would she know?
I murdered people. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I will go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger into her mouth and licks the wound. I now know what that feels like. Well, I would have to... Anyways, I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. It was true. It was a little weird and took me by surprise. But I guess it was kind of hot, right? Yuri, I think you're overacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Chat! That's my button! Did you just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Chat. Yuri giggles shyly. Yeah, Chat, you're so fucking weird. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? Up my ass. I don't think I need one, actually. It was just a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay it out side by side. It looks better than I expected, and it will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Oh, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Oh, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those first? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back to my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Ah, nothing. You okay, Mari? See, this is the kind of thing you'd miss on your first playthrough. That's the kind of thing you'd miss.
No, it's not. This is my first playthrough.
Well, you also got spoiled, so nothing.
No, I would have known.
Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. It's just a little spicy. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses Lee and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner with my blood, starting with its colors for the sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you gonna write? Well, home is where the heart is. It'll live, laugh, love. It'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. Chad has the biggest cock I've ever. It's like, if you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot more like the art class project we had back then. It's relaxing. Sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of funny, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself, for me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kya! Sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back in front of her. Nut, nut, nut.
Wait. Okay, we're good.
Okay, hold on, chat. Hold on.
Staying with me permanent.
All right. There we go.
Wait, what's it?
Here, I pat down Yuri's face and neck with a towel. I close my eyes. I think about a dong. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry, I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait, just for a little longer. Feels really nice. Keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize when she reads her books, almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me a dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist sends a tingling sensation throughout my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue the following as example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you gonna add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here and then you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew! You say it like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself for a little bit? No, no, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. Hello, welcome, you're here. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we could have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself, I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'd be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. Well, that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, I kind of say without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, we can go out somewhere. Oh, I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Chad. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori!
No! No! She ruined it!
The depressed girl ruined my chance to get with the big titty goth GF.
The big titty suicidal. God damn.
Hi, chat. Sayori! Just now we weren't... It's okay, chat. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sorry, beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri sprints off at the speed of light. Sorry waves goodbye after. Sorry, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri. She was gonna peep on us through the window,
Oh,
like
yes,
totally
sir.
boning. That's crazy. You know, close you got to her. Still has the pen, right? That doesn't happen until after it. Yeah. Mari has no idea what the pen means. No idea. Anyways, it makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
No!
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, chat? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? I have to text Hunter to let him know that it's gonna happen. We're playing DDLC plus right now, and it's about to happen. Mari is blind and doesn't know. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, Mari, you cannot fit under my desk. You cannot fit under my desk.
Me.
Mari, I love you.
You literally just blocked my exit.
Oh, I'm sorry. You cannot fit under my desk, Mari. I'm sorry.
Yes, I can.
You can kind of fit under my desk, but not very well. Hello, Gagna. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This wound would be much better if I could just disappear. Sorry, don't say that. It's true, chat. If I wasn't here, you wouldn't have to waste your time, your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you isn't like the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. Something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Chad. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Chat. I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slid my hand on Sayori's arm and squeezed her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need most right now. That's what I'm gonna give you. Sayori?
No! No! No!
Okay, so
No!
we can weigh the pros and cons of both options. Pros? It is very love with a childhood friend. Cons, we can't date Yuri.
But Yuri.
Pros, we'll be able to date Yuri. Cons, I don't know.
No, I don't.
Hello, too saucy for you. Honestly, Mari, by the way, welcome into the stream. I have already known everything about this game, but my girlfriend doesn't.
Oh, you want me to appear? I can appear.
Yeah, up here.
Hi.
Manifest. You know what, chat? Big titty goth girlfriend for the win. Let's go! You'll always be my dearest friend. And what you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the literature club. Bruh! I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. Get dunked on. Actual, just rolled. Rolled. I promise I'll get get things back to how they were. I see. Sorry forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it's like to get stabbed in the chest? Yo, Omori?
No.
I should write a poem about
No.
this. Sayori, it's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please,
no,
please don't
no,
worry about these
no,
stupid
no.
feelings. I know you're right. I know this whole time there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here.
It's
Just so I
one
can get the answer I
suicide
needed to
after
hear.
the other.
And the other
So
thing,
good,
you're also
so
right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, chat. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, Suria's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns and drops to her knees. Ah! Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked I don't know how to react. Suri looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. I'm sure she's fine. Sayori. I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more I could have done. The most I can do is support Suri through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having so much trouble understanding Suri's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these feelings will continue to plague me until things are finally back to the way they were. I'm gonna give everything I've got. Suri will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day.
Hey, yo, is this
To be
Miraculous
okay, to be
Ladybug?
100% fair, in my first playthrough, I did pick I Love You. I kind of just wanted to see what would happen. And I would have picked Natsuki to hang out with because I picked Yuri on my first playthrough, but Mari kind of grabbed the mouse and forced me to pick Yuri.
Listen.
So, it's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparation for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too.
Yeah, I probably know what happened to her too.
Chat, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing book lists on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that all the poems were performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. I plagiarized. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And suddenly I feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it that way because I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all.
Yes.
You should take a little responsibility for her, chat. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? How I basically turned down her confession? That makes me seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that.
Don't stop it. No.
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They really came out nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Chat, get your clips ready, by the way. Just get it ready. Something like this will definitely help more people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. It's an avocado pit. Chad, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her, help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and that's all I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. There is absolutely no music, and there has been no music since I turned her down. I didn't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that some more something like a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There was no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this, but isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayo! So, Mari, thoughts on Sayori?
I saw it coming. It hurts.
Who is the imposter? Chat, we have to report this body.
A
That's
body has
been discovered after a short period. Chat, Ibuki! The hell? What the hell? This is a nightmare. It has to be. I like how Sayori just doesn't have parents. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. She must be sleeping like a bat or something. Yeah, a cocoon. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would you do this?
Wait, so how did I love you work out in your last playthrough?
Oh, she kills herself anyways. It doesn't matter. How could I be so hopeless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession, that has to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swallowing thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of her relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different.
Fourth wall.
I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never! The end. Doki doki. So what do you think? Exit, settings, load game, or what are you thinking? Mari? What are you thinking? Oh, achievement unlocked. Start of a new game. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making a day, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. But is she gonna chase after me like this? I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh an island from the crosswalk and let them catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day like no other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone.
What? No.
I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content getting by on just the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there'd be any girls in it anyway. I'm a total nice guy. Girls never give me a chance. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. This is when you start hating this guy. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There aren't really any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Chat. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's just been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, totally no mental health problems. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really, you quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of depressing. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Manga? Gamer girl? Gamer girl. Detected. Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga's literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, chat. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it'd make me really happy. Please? I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica?
Right, Monica.
Sure, I guess I can check it out. Oh, awesome. You're really sweet, chat. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. I hope you're ready for a lot of that.
I am.
And I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. It really just committed death. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, chat. All words escape me in this situation. Feels like someone's missing. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? No, I'm not. I'm no one's boyfriend. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She could reach the ceiling easily. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Chat in the classroom, and he decided to come out to check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was gonna, well, you know. Sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you come sit down, Chat? The girls have a few desks arranged around a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you really didn't plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. At the very least, there is less competition for Yuri and Natsuki now. Maybe that's the point. Ooh, I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Chad, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter a little quiet to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It flies off of her neck, hitting into the wall. Her neck snaps in two. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I read a horror book once. It was called Doki Doki. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. I've been in this place before. Deja vu. I just been in this place before. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Are you the type to die easily? Well,
All of them are.
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Hello, Raskin! Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Raskin. Welcome. What? What gives you that idea? You love to be the scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give That Back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems. I literally named the main character Chat. So, it do be like that. Did you stream today, Raskin? How are you doing, man? Well, I guess sometimes. Why don't you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You had an admirer in my Discord? I sent you the image on Discord and he was a clown trying to figure out if he got banned. Oh god, I can't see that for me. Oh my god, is that... Oh man! It's Idiotic Scumbag!
Wow!
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 So, I uploaded a YouTube video today called Sunny08 Welford. Please go watch that. It will explain everything. It will explain everything. Because trust me, you want that guy out of your chat. Racist, homophobic, liar. All just the worst stuff in the world. So, you want that guy out of there. Trust me. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's time. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them all with each other. That way, everyone's even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. Where do these clowns come from? Who knows? How are you enjoying the game? So, okay, I'm playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I've already been spoiled on everything, but my girlfriend, Mari, has not. Also, I think this is the first time you're seeing her, so.
Hello.
There we go. So she is experiencing this all for the first time, and it's very funny. I need to do my best to nurture the club as all of its members. Besides, now we have a new member. It seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, chat? Hold on, there's still one problem. And what's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... They're all standing on quicksand.
Stop it! Stop
Eh?
it!
The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, chat. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I'd feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes, they rise out of the quicksand. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, chat? Yeah, it would be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you just left after this, I'd be super pissed. Impersonate chat. Hey, Rister. Hey, Rister. Hey, Rister. Hey, Rister. Why don't you read my messages, Rister? Why don't you read my messages, Rister? Hey, Rister. Hey, Rister. Hey, Rister. Penis.
You covered it all.
Chad, I'm so happy. That's the whole chat. Hey, Rister, I sent you something in Discord. Go look at it right now.
Why aren't
Rister,
you
look at
looking?
Discord.
Come on.
Why aren't you looking?
Look at this, please.
I know you're in the middle of a
should know,
game.
kiss my cat, please.
I know you're trying to play a game right now, but could you look at
Hey,
the thing I
Rister,
sent you in Discord?
can
Hey,
you-
Rister, can you look at the thing I sent
I
you in
need your
Discord?
attention,
Hey,
Rister.
Rister, hey, Rister. Hey, Rister, can you look at Discord? Hey, Rister, I sent you something over Discord. Can you please look at... Hey, Discord. Hey, Discord. I mean, hey, Rister. Frickin', I sent you something over Rister. Can you look at it, Discord? Shit. Chat, I'm so happy. Thank you for the character impression. Oh, we can become an official club now. We love you. We love chat. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Happy ending. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember the night's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share it. Monica looks over at me once more. Chat, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class? Star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls will continue their chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess I'll start writing a poem tonight. I've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it?
Yes. No. Yes.
A dream. I was wandering in a abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side or to a wall, anything. Suddenly the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of intermediate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid and the sounds of splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired.
That was sick.
Doki Doki! Horror. Massacre. Unending. Pout. Milk. Bed. Suicide. Play. Do you mind if I just go on?
Go ahead. Seriously.
Lucky. Heaven sent. Papa. Sticky.
Philosophy.
Fickle. Contamination. Agonizing. Kitty. Lust. What is that? Vitality.
Incapable.
Love. Climax. Welcome the girlfriend. Hey, Rister, this isn't family friendly game. What are you doing? It's bad for your mental health. Rister, no. Rister, no. FBI, open up.
Hi again, chat.
Did you just voice Monica?
Yes.
I'll keep going.
No.
Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, chat.
Don't do that to me. My heart breaks for her.
Oh, this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Mari, do you notice that the room is slowly tilting at a 45-degree angle? And the music is off key. I know you wouldn't notice that one, but
Yes, I see the room is slowly.
oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Raz Kid, have you ever played this game before? Oh boy. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. That's it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth as someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds your stuff stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, chat. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might want to have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like this if you ask. I wonder if you wait enough the room tilts sideways. That'd be funny as hell. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ugh, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
I agree.
No, it's not that weird. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like,
Wait, can I
well, try it, yeah.
Well, as the vice president and all,
Go ahead.
that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's short reads, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could,
Chad, this is way easier. Holy
discuss
shit.
it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book I think she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Hajime, I enthusiastically take the book, Hajime.
Phew. Well,
It's so fucking distorted. It's zooming in, too.
oh, this is hurting my brain. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in and returned to their normal state, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Why is the name of the player chat? Because I thought that would be really effing funny. And it
Because
is.
that's what he wanted.
I'm really curious to know Yuri, talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I'd feel bad to distract from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and I meet for a split second. Can you voice a ... That's perfect. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Mr. Breath stinks. Does it? There we go. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I'm out of this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it.
Chat, I don't know if you guys can see what's happening, but like... I'm swinging the arm back and forth.
I can move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? Then that might be better. No, like...
Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Dumb bitch.
Fuck you. Because I love you.
Oh, is one of her eyes... One of her eyes is lower than the other.
Don't worry about it. It's for character
Is
development.
she turned into Begus? Bingus.
Bogus Binti. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's the story about anyway?
Well,
I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. It's the something from Amore.
Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean.
Not the sawing off of one's own limbs.
No. Not the thing about the limbs.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Like,
How's that relatable?
Like, how's that fucking relatable, dumb bitch? Like, I thought you knew a lot about literature, but like, it looks like you're just fucking depressed.
Oh, sorry. It's just, I really like you, and I want to express that to you without actually saying it.
Oh, well, I'll cut off your limbs for you, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
How to get girls with chat. Yuri sounded like it's gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere.
She bought the weed from the gas station. I know. I get that reference. You can click.
Are you not a fan of
Richard's
that
got
sort
a
of...
ponytail. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I didn't show you guys.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, chat?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these kind of things. She totally is gonna beg me.
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil.
But because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm sorry, but like
No, I couldn't do that anyways.
the suddenly with all the Y's, isn't that perfect for the Beans voice? Then suddenly, what?
I'm rambling, aren't I?
Do you want me to voice Yuri again?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize.
I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. My whole body gets incredibly cringe. Did it say cringe? I'm sorry. Fuck, it's not in the thing. I'm gonna check the stream preview on the thing. Fuck, I didn't see it. Ah. Return. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Ada. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about your reading. I guess all I can do is listen.
It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well start reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I stay here, right? I'll slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe just a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
What?
Relatable? Or
Definitely, yeah.
okay. You apologize. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slam my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. It says scene A. Okay, well, just nonsense then. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean each in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. Touch the booba. I just realized that was the reason why Mari just reached over my shoulder and squeezed my boob. I was just like, oh, Mari is being affectionate, and then I looked at the chat, and you had told her to do that.
No. I did because of both reasons.
Okay, but in holding it like this, we're huddled so close together than before. It's actually kind of distracting. So I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Let's turn the page. Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished it before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you're talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Huh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. Rister's playing this game because Roblox has been down for 2 days now. That's not true at all. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Doesn't she look a little bit more crazy than before? I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Chat. Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it into my bag. Maybe yours isn't still working? I haven't checked my Roblox, so I don't know if it's working. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Well, it isn't what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. You just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I just need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. This is the same poem from before. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people won't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight into the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Let the girlfriend read the girls makes sense too? No, I want him to read. This is a hotly debated topic. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? I turned 18 yesterday, and I made that joke the first time we played this.
Yep.
I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is.
But if Natsuki is feeling
But if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
Don't be a creep. You're 17.
Yeah, I'm 17. All these girls are actually like too old for me. I might get... Hi, Chad.
Freak.
Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, chat. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's still that sort of barrier we'll learn to get past soon. MC is definitely an age, just a number guy. Maybe. But MC is also chat, so kind of exposed yourself a little bit there, huh? Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, chat. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep... Oh my god, we read this before. That way, counselor should put in some effort. That's not very fair. I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. That's different. I didn't mean like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. Dude, Amori? But that's why she's so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We all just started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad you took all the time you needed. All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You see, I'm pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Summertime Saga? Chat, Poppy playtime, yay or nay? Should I play it on stream? Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. A hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burnt eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. 5'5", poggers. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of an epiphany recently. It's been kind of influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly.
Because she's depressed.
Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. This game is not old. No, it isn't. It's not old. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri! As Yuri reads my poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh, he's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then reads my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, this is the same one. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. I literally clicked the continue button as soon as it popped up. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. Telling this game is based on your ability to read. Dude, could you imagine there's like tests at the end? I'll be honest.
I would fail.
Since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Chan. Really? I must have totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only symbolically being compared to a ghost. lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. That's basically Sayori. That's basically Sayori. Man, I didn't even realize that my first playthrough. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I probably learned a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Chad. Me too. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. The music just... oh my god. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper and sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? Oh, I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean to have tried hard? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. We do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Chad did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Chad liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... you're just... Mari, you're gonna want to be here for this. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Chad appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how did you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Chad started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own securities on others like that. You really act as long as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Whoa! Sorry that my lifestyle's a little too much for someone your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you may cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Chad hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns to me as you just noticed I was standing there. Chad, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get him talking something? What do you think?
Oh my god!
What do you think? I'm gonna go with Yuri.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, was that the last one?
Monika.
Hi, Monika.
Bitches, am I right? Hey, Chad. Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. And with that, chat... and with that, I'm gonna end this stream here. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's been an absolute pleasure to have y'all here. Are you guys ready for Doki Doki? Chat, we're gonna raid Cassie Studios, and thank you guys so much for coming out. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Chat, do you get it now? Do you get it now, chat? Chat, please, everybody hop into the raid. I would really appreciate it if every single one of you guys hop into the raid, because we only have half of the viewers in the raid right now. Are you in the raid, Mari?
No, they can be.
Hop into the raid, Mari. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you guys had a fantastic day. I would see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you all being here. You know, it do be like that sometimes. Oh, you're in it? Oh, wait, no, it's good. Join. There you go. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you guys had a fantastic day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Farewell, everybody.
We'll see what and then decide whether you have it or not. Oh my gosh, Ristami's raided. Let's go. Okay, let me add Dawes. How was your stream, Ristami's? Thank you so much. We're on Sister Swap right now.
Johnny Pays did the
Rista raid. This is my sister Kira, and she's taking over the stream for one round.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my gosh, so annoying.
Unfriend someone. Be evil.
Yeah, but I don't want anyone to see who I unfriend, just in case I unfriend someone who's in the stream. So you guys aren't gonna see, haha. Don't read it out loud.
Oh right, I was about to.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it? DAWS D or something?
Can you scroll up in the chat?
What are you doing?
Scroll
I
up in
already
the
found it,
chat.
I found it.
Does the
Now you can go.
thank you, Jolly. It ended up good. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Now you got loads of nice